How can you tell when you're meditating? When you first start meditating, you have goals. You might have something specific and direct, such as complying with your doctor's orders that you get your blood pressure down. Or you're tired, literally, of battling insomnia. Or you feel a sense of existential angst that seems to nag and linger, even after the sun comes up. Most of us start off simple, calling on classic mindfulness techniques that are pretty well known. There's the counting breath style of meditation, and even before that, there's a simpler notice the breath style. But if you're doing all that counting and noticing, is that meditation? And how do you know that it's working? How can you tell when you're meditating? Often, even people who've been meditating for years will express a concern that perhaps they're not doing it right. After all, each of us has only our own experience of meditation, so there's not any actual objective point of comparison. Even if you're hooked up to an EEG, different brains will show different results. And while a quiet mind sounds absolutely lovely to most people listening to an audio blog about meditation, figuring out how to still the mind seems mysterious to many and downright impossible to some. What is the mind doing when it's still? Nothing? And how does one know that the mind is stilled? That is, if you're saying to yourself, "Oh, look, I've stilled my mind," can you pretty much bet that you haven't? Not necessarily. The conscious mind thinks thoughts. That's its job. The conscious mind thinks decision thoughts, replete with desires and goals and plans and logic. The unconscious mind, on the other hand, doesn't so much think as react in its job of maintaining safety and stability, even when that stability is counterproductive to a goal of self-change that the conscious mind wants to achieve. Take, for example, the popular lament, "I've been trying to lose that last 10 pounds for the past 10 years." We want to lose the pounds, and the same doctor who wants your blood pressure down might also want you to lose the pounds. You've even decided to lose them, all of them, not just the two you keep losing and then gaining back. You've done cleanses, logged into diet forums, joined a gym, and fought, with often impressive degrees of success, to resist birthday and holiday goodies time and time again. Yet those 10 pounds remain, and you continue to want to lose them. Some of this might be biochemical, of course. For one thing, anyone who's ever tried knows with certainty the body seems to love all its pounds, even the excess pounds, and it can be hard to lose one, let alone 10. For various physical reasons you can read about online and in books, pounds don't just come off magically. But some of it is also the unconscious mind, which sees itself as pretty much the gatekeeper of our behavior, including habit behavior and even biochemical behavior. It's just doing its job of reinforcing stability and maintaining the status quo. In other words, some of why you don't lose that last 10 pounds is that your unconscious mind has learned that despite the conscious mind's best intentions, you are the you who wants to lose 10 pounds. It's weird, but it's true. Until your unconscious mind gets on the you who are losing 10 pounds bandwagon, those last 10 pounds, they're not going anywhere. This isn't a blog about weight loss, but it is, in its way, a blog about self-change because, in the end, meditation is all about change and evolution of the self. The point is, if there's an unconscious mind busily ignoring conscious desires when they conflict with what it knows to be true about you, what's the conscious mind actually doing? To answer that, let's consider what the conscious mind is. As I mentioned, it's the decider, even when its decisions sometimes go largely ignored by the gatekeeper, the unconscious mind. But even more fundamentally, it's the observer. The conscious mind observes, and in observing, it generates desires that the unconscious mind often doesn't care about or actually feels threatened by in its sense of duty. Its job is to keep you exactly as you are, engaging patterns you've engaged for years, even decades. That's how it tries to maintain your safety. In meditation, the conscious mind meets the unconscious mind, forming an important alliance. In, say, a counting meditation, the conscious mind silently says, 1, while the unconscious mind responds with a fireworks show of random thoughts about everything and nothing. The conscious mind continues with 2, and the unconscious mind interjects more fireworks and possibly a laser light show of disjointed images, familiar worries, or a litany of to-dos that you suddenly feel downright compelled to conquer. And so it continues, up to 10. We sometimes chastise ourselves while meditating, saying something internally like, "I'm so frustrated that I keep thinking about things when I don't want to." But what's amazing is, each time the conscious mind observes that it's doing that, engaging in thought, any thought, essentially, that's meditation. At least, it's the first rung on the meditation ladder. It's the conscious mind and unconscious mind coalescing into stillness of observation. And that is mindful awareness straight up. In a meditation practice session, that balance of mindful awareness passes, sure, but then it rolls back in, like the tide, the mind thinking and observing that it's thinking. We practice meditation as doctors practice medicine, lawyers practice the law, and musicians practice music. Meditation is an ever-evolving process of refining the coalescence between the observer and the doer inside ourselves. This is true whether your practice is a mindfulness practice or a more overtly spiritual practice. The less we resist chattering thoughts, the easier it is to let them pass, and they fade like vapor. When you practice meditation with the intention of detaching from your thoughts, you know it's working simply by engaging in the practice with that intention and commitment. If you like the idea of a simple but powerful counting meditation, please feel free to check out the 3 guided meditations in our One series: One Love One, One Satnam One, and One Amen One. You can find them in the voice-guided enhanced meditation section of our store. And if you'd like more information about stilling the mind, we offer another blog post on the subject called How to Stop Random Thoughts During Meditation.